Raymond John Pepperell, better known by his stage name East Bay Ray, is a guitarist best known for his membership in the San Francisco Bay Area-based punk band Dead Kennedys. His guitar work was heavily influenced by surf music, jazz and rockabilly, and, alongside Jello Biafra's astute lyrics and unique vibrato-based vocal style, East Bay Ray's playing was one of the defining factors of the music of the Dead Kennedys, and by extension, of the second wave of American punk. Career: before the Dead Kennedys, East Bay Ray played guitar with the San Francisco Bay Area-based rockabilly doo-wop bar band Cruisin', releasing one single, Vicky's Hickey, sold primarily at their shows. The Dead Kennedys were a notably idiosyncratic punk rock band. Although they kept their music for the most part loud, fast, and aggressive, they threw in eclectic flourishes that were easy for casual listeners to miss. These experiments were represented most prominently in the guitar playing of East Bay Ray, who took cues from sources such as film music, instrumental surf rock, as well as the psychedelic music of the 60s with his trademark echo effects. With help from Jello Biafra and Klaus Fluoride, East Bay Ray crafted a distinct and driving guitar style and sound. In interviews, East Bay Ray has cited the playing of Syd Barrett on Pink Floyd's first album The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, as well as the music of the Ohio Players, and the guitar playing of Elvis Presley's sideman Scotty Moore, as influences. East Bay Ray claims that he has never been consciously influenced by surf music, and attributes the recognizable elements of surf in the Kennedys' music to having grown up in California, although it could certainly be the influence of Klaus Fluoride or Jello Biafra. East Bay Ray's fondness for spaghetti western music is evidenced by a 7" single he recorded in 1984 called Trouble in Town/Poison Heart. After Dead Kennedys stopped touring in February 1986, East Bay Ray formed the band Cage with female vocalist Barna Witt. He played guitar on a range of projects including an Algerian raw music album for Chaka Ramiti called City Mansour, which also featured Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea and Robert Fripp, to garage pop with Pearl Harbor, retro jungle surf with Johnny Feelings, and exotica lounge music with Frenchie. He composed and recorded a soundtrack for an early independent film by David Siegel and Scott McKee, who later made the film noir movie The Deep End. In the early 90s, Ray formed the funk rock band Scrapyard and released Sex is Sex on Alternative Tentacles featuring Ron West, Robert Ball, Andy Caps and Jason Collins. In 2000, Ray appeared on Hed PE's second studio album, Broke, performing guitar on the song Waiting to Die. East Bay Ray was involved in all the band unregistered trademark's early studio recordings and is credited for mixing and producing the band's first single, California Yearballs/Man with the Dogs, the band's first LP Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables with Oliver DeSico, the EP In God We Trust, Incorporated, and he mixed Holiday in Cambodia/Police Truck. Ray was one of the founders of the original Alternative Tentacles Records, set up for other artists and Dead Kennedys, and was a partner in it until the mid-1980s. Ray recently mixed and produced 2 CDs of live Dead Kennedys recordings, Mutiny on the Bay and Live at the Def Club. East Bay Ray headed the legal struggle to win ownership of Dead Kennedys' intellectual property and to secure royalties withheld from the band by Jello Biafra. Biafra was found civilly liable for defrauding the band. Ray authorized and had a production credit for a CD of live Dead Kennedys recordings, Mutiny on the Bay, which Biafra claims is of poor quality. However, several reviewers disagree. Jello Biafra, proclaiming his abiding disdain of nostalgia, maintains a live album released 15 years after the breakup of the band is nothing but an attempt to make more money on the parts of his former bandmates. East Bay Ray was responsible, along with his ex-bandmates Klaus Fluoride and D.H. Pellegro, for licensing songs such as Police Truck and Holiday in Cambodia to major corporations for use in video games and films. However, earlier in their career, Biafra, along with the other band members, approved the use of Dead Kennedys songs in the major film corporation releases Neighbors, 1981 and Class, 1983, and fairly recently, Biafra himself approved the license to Tony Hawk's video game, 1. Ray was a featured artist in the April 2006 edition of Guitar Player magazine talking about recording production techniques, and in the January 2006 issue of Guitar World. Ray guests on the track Guitar Hero on the Dresden Dolls lead singer-pianist Amanda Palmer's solo debut, Who Killed Amanda Palmer. Ray also released Trouble in Town 7 single in 1984, featuring Poisoned Heart, and Trouble in Town songs with Quest vocalists. References. External links: 2007 interview with East Bay Ray.